Yeah, I'm really proud of our guys, and our seniors. What a game we never trailed, and 22 assists. That's probably a season high. And we held a really good team to 51 points. I just thought we really played a complete game in front of the biggest crowd since 2010. The crowd was amazing. It was really helping us. Students were great, and so hopefully, that can spearhead us into next season with the home crowd and keep building there. One thing I want to say is our seniors are to be commended. We just solidified the third straight winning season, and that's the first time that's happened here since 1998 to 2000. And so 3 straight winning seasons has been a long time, and so our seniors helped change the course of this program, and they're to be commended for that. That's a big deal, and so just really proud of our guys.
You really couldn't have asked for anything more for the perfect kind of send-off for your team tonight. What kind of things did you say to them heading into this game?
You know what? It's one of those things, Dave. It's hard to. You don't want to talk about it too much because it can become emotional. I don't want to single them out, but we had guys, get emotional, and it can kind of hit you when your parents are here and everybody's clapping and stuff. And so I just talked about it last night. We do a nightly walkthrough before every game, and so we come back here. We're here all day. We finish practice. We come back here at 9 o'clock, and we watch film, and we go out and walk through. And at the end, I talked about everybody in our program had to give everything they had and empty the tank for those 4 guys and make sure they leave here with a memory they'll never forget, and that's a win on senior day. And we had a couple guys get emotional then. I didn't want today to be emotional and say anything else. So before the game, I didn't talk about senior day, I didn't talk about any of that stuff. I just talked about playing for one another and playing App State basketball, which is tough, and sharing the ball. But you know what? Probably couldn't have scripted any better. Biggest crowd since 2010, all 4 seniors in double figures. We never trail, and we beat a really good team. And so those guys have earned that, and they deserve that moment. And was really glad I was able to get them out at the end of the game and let them be celebrated again.
Michael was talking a lot about momentum heading into March with today's win. What do you see a game like this doing for you as far as momentum is concerned?
Well, it's big. I mean, every game matters, and certainly I talked about our guys when we first got here 3 years ago about we want to be playing in games that matter. There's some games today that don't matter. There's some games that don't matter. This one mattered, and so playing in games that matter is a big deal. Certainly, we've got 2 more and 2 tough ones on the road, but it's a big deal to finish that way here on the homestand and beat a really good team. I mean, they were 3rd place in the conference. We beat a top team, and so proud of our guys.
Before I jump into talk with the seniors, Donovan Gregory goes out there, almost has a triple-double, 2 rebounds off and 2 points off. Talk to me about his impact as a whole on both ends.
Yeah, I mean, 10 assists. Okay, and so we just stuck him there at the high post and let him facilitate. And fortunately, our guys made some shots. But not only that, he was really good on the defensive end. I mean, what a stat line. 8 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. He almost had a triple-double. Maybe I should have left him in longer, right? But, he just he's our Draymond Green. He's our Mr. Versatile. And I don't know the last time a guy like him's had 10 assists and 0 turnovers in a game, but that's pretty big time.
So you talk about this big send-off. What does it mean to be able to have this moment as an extension? Because, this feels like a finality to a degree here, but what does it mean to extend it as you go into March, where last year you took it the whole way in the Sun Belt?
Yeah, I'm not understanding. I guess I'm not understanding could you repeat that again?
No. So, of course, this seems like a moment of finality for a lot of these seniors, but how do you turn this? Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This moment is a great moment. We'll turn the page tomorrow, and this moment is a great closure for our tenure here at the Home Center this season. But our guys know there's a lot of basketball left to play. We talked about that after their game the other night at Troy. And so this gives us 11 wins in the Sun Belt. Regardless of what happens today, that's the most right now. And so but this is not a finale. This is not an encore, and so. But for our moment in the home center, it is for this season, and so that was, really, really special for the guys. I'm so happy for our players that they got to experience a night like this and be celebrated. There's a lot of boxes checked tonight, right? And just a great night for those players, and this is a moment they'll never forget. To play their last game here, never trail. Everybody's in double figures. Celebrating the biggest home crowd in 12 years. That's pretty cool.
So you were mentioning earlier, talking about defense. How important was defense, especially down the stretch, breaking the press and stuff like that?
Yeah, you know what? At the end of the day, defense won us the game. Yeah, we scored 69 points, but we held that team to 51 points. They usually score in the 80s. I thought we were outstanding defensively. Our defense never allowed them to kind of make a run. I was expecting them to make a run because it's college basketball and they're really good, but I thought our defense did not allow them to make a run, and so that was to be commended there.
Opening the first half, Adrian Delph came out firing, hitting 3 to 4 threes, and then opening the second half, your team once again came out hot, just on carrying a run. So how did you do that, and what did you say to the team to get them that hot and keep going?
Well, I didn't really say anything. They're good players, right? They played a lot of zone. South Alabama's been playing a lot of zone. We expected that, and we practiced it against it yesterday a lot. We haven't seen a lot of zone this year, and so we got a healthy dose of it in practice yesterday, and we expected, because the last 3 games they played all zone, and so our guys just got hot and moving the ball, sharing the ball, and found that sweet spot against the zone, and that rim just get bigger and bigger. Delph, he made 6 for 12. He still had 4 assists. I'd prefer him to pass it to the rim. Every time he shoots it, I think he's going in. So, but he impacted the game as well as he guarded Charles Manning, which is arguably their best player.
And last question from me. The seniors obviously had a bunch of impact on the program and changing the culture. How would you say the seniors actually helped you do that and bringing fans in the home center and stuff like that?
Yeah, it's a team effort. It's the work by a lot of people. But our seniors, you know what? It hasn't been an easy process, right? But we continue to make steps each year. But those guys just bought in. They're high character people. They're all graduating from a great university, and so they just bought in and believed in what we were doing. And sometimes I was hard on them, right? And you got to be when you're trying to change 8 straight losing seasons. But they stuck the course, and at the end of the day, they executed it, right? And they're like I said, they're to be commended for that. 22 years since our program's had 3 straight winning seasons. And those guys are part of all 3 of them and really changed the direction of the program. And that's pretty special.
Coach, you and I have talked about how special this place is to you ever since you first took this job. When you look around and see that crowd, those guys, everything that goes on a day like this, what does this say to you? What goes through your mind? Yeah,
it's not about me, Brian, but, me and my staff and our players and the administration, Doug Gillen, everybody's worked extremely hard to have moments like this, and you got to start somewhere, and the success is part of it, but yeah, it is pretty cool to see that, and I'm looking forward to seeing even more, and we can start off right here at 4,500. Next season, and so it's been a lot of work by a lot of people and a lot of belief by a lot of people, and I'm certainly just proud of to be a part of it. I'm just a small part of it. You come up from South Carolina, you got to ask more questions. You're good?
I'm good.
I appreciate you being here.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Go Mountaineers, 6-2.